Welcome to the Stepping into a Picture Dreamwork practice. My name is Aaron and I'll be guiding you on this journey. There are timestamps in this video to help you better navigate your experience. Just a brief introduction so you know what you're getting yourself into. This practice is an interpretation of the Stepping into a Picture exercise from Robert Moss. This practice is a part of the series that I am doing on guided dreamwork practices and helping you to learn to use your dreams for self-care and personal development. This interpretation will be a combination of meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, yoga nidra, and dreamwork. My intention is for this practice to be about 45 minutes. We'll see how it goes. And in the end, you'll have time to journal so you can collect your experiences from this practice for further processing. So you'll want a journal to write in, and you will need a picture of a location, something that calls to you. It should be a representational image and not something like abstract art. If you need to locate a photograph or a painting or whatever you'll be using, go ahead and pause this practice now, then restart once you're ready to begin. If you're gonna lay down, set up your space with a light blanket, 1 to 2 pillows, and a sleeping mask if you have one. I would put one pillow under my head and another one under my knees. Get as comfortable as you can. And if you enjoy this practice, be sure to check out my Patreon. For a small $5 a month donation, you'll get access to Patreon exclusive guided meditations, yoga nidras, dreamwork practices, journaling exercises, and more. You also get access to early releases of my YouTube videos, as well as live self-care sessions via Zoom. Go ahead and find a comfortable space and place to engage in this practice. You can either sit down or lay down. I would advise to start by sitting, and if you want to lay down, I'll tell you when. But if you want to sit the entire time, you may. Take your image in your hands or have it near you where you can see it clearly. First, I want you to close your eyes. Take in a deep breath through the nose. Another short sip in. Hold at the top. Then exhale through your mouth on a sigh, letting go of any tension, tightness, or stress from the body. Do this on your own 3 more times. Now release control of the breath, allowing the body to breathe the breath naturally, easily, effortlessly. Open your eyes and look at your image. Study it. You want to be able to recreate this image in your mind as clearly as possible. First, look at the general details of the image and get a good idea of where it is, what it is, and the general orientation of the image. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes. Gently settle the focus of awareness on the space between the eyes. In this open, boundless space of the mind, allow your image to appear in as much detail as possible. Open your eyes, look at and examine your image once again. How close were you? Refamiliarize yourself with the details that you already know. Then focus in on just a few more details of the image. What large to medium features do you notice? What colors do you see? Gently close the eyes, taking a deep breath. Another sharp, short breath in, then hold. And release through the mouth on a sigh. Let go of any tension, tightness, or stress in the body. Then resettle the focus of awareness into the space between the eyebrows. Allow your image to appear in as much detail as possible. Open your eyes and look for the final time at your image, studying it carefully with the body and the mind at ease, relaxed. Refamiliarize yourself with all of the details you were supposed to already be aware of. Note if things are as you recall them. Now focus in on just a few more tiny details that call to you. What small details do you notice? Where are they in relation to the features you are already familiar with? Gently close the eyes, taking a deep breath. Another sharp, short breath in, then hold, and release through the mouth on a sigh. Let go of any tension, tightness, or stress in the body. Then resettle the focus of awareness into the space between the eyebrows. Allow your image to appear in as much detail as possible. Go ahead and open your eyes. If you wish to lay down, make yourself comfortable by laying on your back in the Shavasana pose. Don't lay in the position that you'd use to go to sleep in. You can put a pillow under your head and another under your knees to make yourself more comfortable, along with using your blanket and eye mask if you have them. Place your journal, pen, and your image near you, within reaching distance or seeing distance. Settle into your position for the rest of the practice. If you're able to look at your photograph quickly once more, take a few moments to do so. Note all of the large, medium, and small details of the image. Then settle your body into stillness and silence. You're now allowing the body to settle into its own natural relaxation. Sensing the feelings of warmth, comfort, and coziness supporting your body, easing you further and further into relaxation and release. Shift the focus of awareness to the breath and the breath body. Feel the breath entering and leaving the body. Do not control or manipulate the breath. Simply note it. Watch it. When the body naturally exhales, release. When the body naturally inhales, sharpen your focus on the sensations of the breath, allowing this oscillation to help you walk the balance between waking and sleeping. Shift the focus of awareness to every place that I call, and sense the breath entering and leaving the body at that place. The soles of the feet, the toes, knees, the bowl of the pelvis, the base of the spine, the navel center, the heart center, palms of the hands. The fingertips. The pit of the throat. The crown of the head. The space between the eyebrows. In this open, boundless space of the mind, rest, fully present in spaciousness, stillness, and silence. Allow an intention for this practice to arise within the space of the mind. Mentally repeat it to yourself 3 times. Allow the eyes to rest back in their sockets, nestled in relaxation and comfort. Release all the muscles behind and around the eyes, allowing them to uncurl and unfurl. Allow the eyes to rest in stillness, as if fixed on a spot far out in the depths of the boundless, infinite space of the mind. As if fixed on a spot far out in the distance of the openness and spaciousness of the mind. Allow any visuals or mental phenomena of any type to arise within the space of the mind and to collapse back into the space of the mind. Do not push anything away. Do not limit the mind. Do not control it or manipulate it. Simply open and allow. Note and observe. As you dive deeper into this practice, this is a concept that you will be balancing, allowing what may appear to arise without pushing anything away, without doubting, without questioning, without critique. Allowing the experience to be itself and what it is. And you can easily do all of this simply through opening and allowing. Open and allow your picture, your image to arise within the space of the mind. See the larger details, the medium details, and the small details. Allowing. You're allowing. The image is is now manifesting within the space of the mind, easily, naturally, and harmoniously. You're seeing the image in a frame or within a border. Note your image, its large, medium, and small details. Note your image inside of the border or the frame. Note the border or the frame out in the open, boundless space of the mind. No other perceptions appear. Note your image, its large, medium, and small details. Note your image inside of the border or the frame. Note the border or the frame out in the open, boundless space of the mind. No other perceptions appear, and the image inside of the border or the frame is slowly coming closer and closer and closer to you. The details remain sharp, clear, and vivid as the entire image is filling the entire visual field, until the entire image is the entire space of the mind. The frame or border now disappeared. Allow any visuals or mental phenomena of any type to arise within the space of the mind and to collapse back into the space of the mind. Do not push anything away. Do not limit the mind. Do not control or manipulate it. Simply open and allow. Note and observe. You're now perceiving to be at the edge of a doorway, a gateway. You're noting that you're at the edge of a new land before you, being open and allowing. Take one step into the image, into the gateway, into the land before you. Allow the sensation of the step and your foot on the ground to arise within the space of the mind. Now, venture out into the world before you, allowing and being open to the mind, dreaming the dream, and you perceiving the dream. 30 minutes will pass, then I will give you further instructions. You're now nearing the end of your journey. Shift the focus of awareness to your breath. Do not immediately move. Allow yourself to remain in stillness, silence, and spaciousness. Allow yourself to remain in this dreamy, hypnopompic state. While you're here, take the next 30 to 45 seconds to reflect on any insights, messages, or important takeaways from your experience. Shift the focus of awareness to the physical body, laying on the surface beneath you, calm, at ease. You can bring some gentle movement into the body, and whenever you're ready, roll onto the right side and lift yourself into the seated position. Take a few minutes after you arise to journal and write any messages, visions, images, or takeaways from your experience. Thank you for joining me for this practice. The more you engage with the practice, the more easily you will be able to complete this practice and engage with your visualizations. The stronger and more adept you will become in Dreamwork. If you've enjoyed this practice and this Dreamwork meditative experience, be sure to check out my Patreon. I'm actually in the process of uploading multiple guided Dreamwork practices similar to this one. This is actually one of the basic practices that I'll be creating, so if you're into dreams, dream work, lucid dreaming, and metaphysical practices for self-care and personal development, you'll love the tutorials and practices in my Patreon library. For $5 a month, you get access to Patreon exclusive practices, early YouTube releases, and access to live self-care sessions each month via Zoom. You'll also be supporting my small Black-owned and queer-owned business. Your support is immensely welcomed and appreciated. I'll put the link to my Patreon in the description box below under the resources section. Have a glorious rest of your day.